Okay, my darling.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited that we're here on a new part of your chapter right now.
Yes. How many years has it been since we've known each other?
It has been... We've known each other a decade, actually. I was looking back at our beginnings. 2014 is when we did the photo shoot at the house, if you remember.
2014, yes.
I want to talk about first. You know, I feel like that was the first time we met, obviously, and your life was just changing so much dramatically at that moment.
For sure.
And you were kind of in the middle of figuring out what the next chapter was, I feel. Like you didn't know which way to go, right?
Right. I definitely was not the woman I am today. Yeah. I was very kind of lost. I think then I was kind of faking it till I made it, where I was like, okay, I'm going to be happy. I got to do this. Like, I got to do that. Like, I was more of like in a robotic, like
sink
part
or
of my
swim.
life. Yes, sink or swim. Yeah. And I've always felt like I've been against the current, like going against the current. But now I feel like I'm like a little bit like, I can rest a little more.
I feel like your charisma and your sense of humor was still there, obviously, always.
Yeah, I've always, my essence has always been there. You know, my essence, I mean, he knows me since the beginning, so my essence has always been there, but I think I was just, I don't know, it's just a weird time in my life, especially 2013, 2014 was very tough.
My fun takeaway, though, is I remember when I put you in a little strap dress and you were like, this is the first time I'm wearing
sleeveless. Oh my God, yes. I was like, are you
and I've
sure?
seen so much more since then, right?
I know. Oh my God, that's true. You're the first one that made me like photograph without any sleeves. That was like my little comfort, my little like blanket, security blanket. And now I'm like, what's up?
I was showing this kid all the time. Like,
yeah, he has to tell me to. Yeah, now he has to tell me to cover up a little bit.
My girl moving that hair all the time. Yeah. But like, how amazing is that, right? Like, that changed.
Even with that, absolutely, my confidence. I think I was like in a little shell. You know, I'm a Cancer, so I was like in my shell, and I was just like, what's gonna make me feel comfortable? And I was always so afraid to just kind of like step out of my comfort zone. But now since I've done that, my horizon has changed. Like it's just. I don't know, there's more sunshine in my life.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely, and so much this year, especially with Emilio, you know, life is going in a great direction.
It is,
obviously. But let's go to this reality show, you know. I was thinking, you know, you started on the screen in 2011 with I Love Jenny, right?
Actually,
tell me.
Yeah, 2009 when we started recording Chiquis and Roxy, and then in 2010 it came out. And with Chiquis and Roxy, then that went into I Love Jenny. So it's been, we did it for like
so essentially you started it. Like you started the reality show world for your whole family.
I did.
Did they know
I absolutely did.
Did they know. Credit
they know. I hope they do. My mom did too. My mom she would say, she's like, okay, Chiquis opened up that door and it was awesome. It was something then, oh my God, imagine in 2009, wild. I was so used to being behind the camera and like helping my mom and the whole thing. So when they asked me to be in front of the camera, I was like, wait, no, mom, it's like, I'm like, I'm scared. But thanks to that, that was a leap of faith that I took. Yeah.
I love that. That's wild. And obviously with cameras, like, do you remember the first time, like, video cameras were, like, at the house? In your life? Because I'm sure, like, before the reality shows, like, your family was capturing moments and on tour. Like, do you remember a life without cameras? Like, is that a thing in your mind?
Very early on in my life, I think, like, maybe when I was 10. I think 10... After 12 years old, that's when it was just boom, 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 boom. My mom was just growing and becoming the woman that she is, the beast that she is today. My sister Jenica said no one uses that word anymore, by the way, but whatever, I still do.
Yeah, we gotta bring it back.
Beast. So, but yes, I mean, I think probably like 10, 11 was the last time where I felt like it was just a little bit more quiet.
Yeah. And what was your life before that? Do you remember, like, having the innocence of not having to present yourself a certain way, you know, obviously with the cameras rolling?
I think for sure I was born in like that amazing era of I saw pagers and cell phones come in and go from cassettes to CDs to now everything's streaming. Like, I think I was born in like the perfect time and I'm so grateful for that. But I do remember like it was really nice. I had a very nice childhood despite some things that happened that you guys will be able to see in Chiquis Sin Filtro, things that I talk about. But I had a very nice childhood with my grandparents. I learned a lot. Like, a lot of people don't know this. Spanish was my first language until I was 7 years old.
And now you're bilingual, which is
and now I'm bilingual. And for a long time, I was like, I would get stuck with Spanish. I'm like, how do you say this word? Y a veces todavía se me traban las palabras. But anyways, you know.
Es un superpoder poder hablar español, inglés y saltar así.
Exactamente. Sí, mira, un switch.
Hay gente que no puede. O sea.
Hay gente que no puede. I see it, I'm like, thank goodness. But I wanted to ask you, actually, do you sometimes like think in English and then try to like translate?
I used to dream in Spanish more, you know, and then
really?
like I would wake, like my grandma as well was the one that taught me Spanish, and I'm forever grateful because that, you know,
same.
like learning it at a young age is so important.
For sure, absolutely. It helps just really, like, it gives you a lot of more opportunities, to be honest.
Obviously, then you get to travel, like everyone, you know.
Heck yeah.
Now you go to Spain, you can be the translator for your groups or whatever. Obviously, you have Latino friends. I've been watching some episodes. And, you know, what I love about this show is that you actually have your real friends. I feel like in the past, you've kind of had different cast members, and this is actually showing
the real.
Like, I recognize everyone. I'm like, oh my god.
Like, I know her. That's really her friend.
Like,
he knows everyone. Yeah, that's what I like about it. You know what? This is so different from what I've done in the past. It's a docu-follow. It's not like a reality show. Sometimes in the reality shows in the past, everything was real, but a lot of things were reenacted. Here is this is really happening in real time. It's like following my agenda, but also going back to how I got here, my past, and what helped me get to the woman that I am today. So that's what makes it different. And not only that, it's 95% in Spanish.
I love it.
Very different for me.
I loved it.
But I thought it was time, and I felt more confident than ever to do it that way.
I think it showcases, you know, our generation, right? That grew up with Mariah and Luis Miguel. And, you know,
our generation, the best generation. I'm sorry.
We have that growing up, which is so important, obviously. Absolutely. And that represents Latinos in California, particularly, and all around the United States.
Yeah, that 200% thing, where it's like you're 100% American but 100% Latin, you know what I mean? And it's I think it's a beautiful thing, and I'm able to do this, and I'm very proud because this is from like my production company, Busy Bee, in association with JK Media. But it's like my very first project that's gonna just kind of hopefully open this other realm of things, of ideas that I have, that, you know, executive producer side of me. You know? And that was kind of tough because being talent and being executive producer, I was kind of like caught in the middle. But executive producer always won. I love
it. That's so wild. Like, I've been there and I've seen you grow throughout these firsts, like so many firsts. Like with your brand, when you had Be Flawless launch, like how crazy is it that like you can look back on your career and you just have these moments that are still with you too, you know? You're still with these brands that you've
thank goodness, you help. You were
no, but for you, like
thank you, but it's so nice to know that we still have a friendship and a relationship after so long, and you've been there with me, and you've seen me grow, and like you said, a lot of firsts, and it does make me very proud to say, you know, I started my skincare line and we're still going strong with it. But yeah, I mean, thank goodness for the school that I had with my mom, because I think about that, I'm like, way back in the days, I was helping her with her skincare line and her makeup line, and no one else knew about it.
Totally.
We were the pioneers, I feel, in that aspect. But
doing it yourself, I feel like that's the difference. Like when we were growing up, we had J-Lo maybe selling products at a huge corporation, or Daisy Fuentes, right? But now everyone's like an influencer. But you kind of started that. Like, I feel, in many ways.
Yes.
Like,
you know what? Now that you're saying that, I remember going somewhere and we're like, oh, you're an influencer. I was like, what is that? That was in 2009. And I was posting videos on YouTube talking about, oh, I'm wearing this behind. This is my favorite tanning spray. And I was just sharing things, not knowing what I was really doing. I just knew that I liked to share things, and then this whole wave of influencers and stuff happened, which I think is great.
You started a trend.
You know, I'm trend setting.
Inspiring.
Yes.
Why not? Well, last question. Aura turns 10 next year. Like, can you believe we got Latin Grammys under the belt? Like, you worked with so many incredible artists. You have collaborations with Becky, like, and different artists over the years.
Yeah.
Like, how proud are you of yourself, first of all? Like,
wow. I feel very proud, to be honest. It took me a long time to get to this place in my life where I feel I could say I'm proud. I like my voice. I like what I hear. I like listening to my own music. I'm very proud of my growth. Am I where I want to be? No, I'm still growing, and I'm okay with the pace that everything's going in. And I'm okay with not singing like Celine Dion. I'm okay with it. Like, I like myself, and it took me so long to get there.
You're still dusting off those Grammys at home.
I am. I have 2 under my belt. Thank the Lord, 2. And we're going for
That's not
more.
a bad place to be, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, everyone, you got to watch this show.
Yes. Chiquis Sin Filtro, you guys.
Can't miss it.
We're taking it all off.
I love it. Perfect.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Pictures. That was cute, right?
Yes, I love it.
Kept it friendly and fun.
Heck yeah, we love.